You done left it.
Nice. I was wondering what I did with this thing.
Game speak, dog. Please go chill somewhere. What is up?
Oi! Oi!
Oi, matey.
Oi!
All right. We're going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Never mind. And it's like trying to load the podcast, and it's taking forever. There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yo, yo, yo. Ooh, that was a terrible yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo,
Just
yo.
take it from the top. You know?
Yeah, let's just restart. 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and on YouTube.com if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal alongside Brent Bass. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Devin is sick again. Devin is our dying co-host.
Resident sick person.
Yeah, it's all right though. You know, like he's a hard-working boy. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like that sometimes, you know?
Really
Especially
do.
when you subject yourself to the wilderness as much as Devin does. You know, you be sleeping outside at Renfest. Sometimes you just be getting sick.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
dude. Especially in Renaissance times, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they just they had rat shit everywhere.
That's just part of the experience.
Yeah, they just like let a bunch of rats go at the Renaissance fair.
It's not bubonic plaguey enough in here. Right?
But yeah, what's been up, dude? What you been up to?
Chillaxing, man. You know, just working, and Thanksgiving, giving thanks.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
Lots of thanks were given.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you do anything crazy?
Nothing crazy. We went to the girlfriend's family. Little Thanksgiving. I think my family is gonna try and do something this week.
Ah, cool.
But yeah, it was good food. Shout out to Aaron Jones with the food though. You know?
Was he chefing it up?
Yeah, he's always got some good stuff. He's always cooking it up. And so yeah, it was really good.
My girlfriend's brother is like a freaking master chef, dude. He cooks some really dope shit. He did the turkey with the cheesecloth and everything, like everybody's doing this
damn.
year. It was fucking good, dude. It was so good.
I love Thanksgiving food, dude.
Me too, man. I wish we could eat stuffing like
all the time,
more often. Yeah, why is that only a holidays thing?
That should be like a side, like when you go to Sonic. Yeah. It's like you just want a hamburger and some stuffing,
or something.
Dude.
Like anywhere you can get like chicken or like poultry. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like that would be good as hell with it.
That would be good.
How
How come there's no turkey places? Like you can't like you could go to all these chicken places, but there's no like
turkey places.
Yeah, Kentucky Fried Turkeys.
Dude, actually, we could. Shit.
Dude, we might have just
start something. You know what I mean? Let's go get some fried turkey. Everybody be all about that.
Oh
dude.
shit!
Imagine getting a bucket with like 4 fried, like big ass
turkey legs.
Like,
yeah, it'd probably be expensive as fuck. That's probably why. Like the turkey itself is probably more expensive. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a turkey leg isn't the same price as like going and getting like a bucket of chicken.
Popeyes
wings.
Actually will sell you turkeys.
Like legs or the turkey?
No, like the whole turkey.
Yeah.
They won't sell you like cooked turkeys.
See, I want cooked turkeys.
Actually, they might cook them. I don't know, but...
No, they cook them. But like, it's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's like or like Christmas and stuff like that.
It still doesn't excuse the lack of stuffing everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, that should just be... like, okay, I want to be able to get a rotisserie chicken from the store and then get some stuffing to go with it. You know what I mean?
It's got to be good stuffing, though.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that extra, like, bullshit that people put in their stuffing.
I don't want a bunch of visible, like, white bread cubed up.
No.
You know what I mean? Give me some corn
like raisins
stuffing.
or whatever the fuck that shit is.
If you got raisins in your stuffing, you better just not even talk to me, dude.
Just fucking quit
just
living.
Don't,
no, just kidding.
Don't make stuffing at least. Jeez Louise.
Quit living. No.
You're already not living if you're eating raisins in your stuffing.
You're going to bring us all down with you? No. No, I'm just kidding. No. I don't think I've ever seen raisins in stuffing. Hold on. I got to Google this now.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
The stuffing...
The best stuffing to me is just like mainly cornbread.
Oh, it's apples.
Oh, hell
That's
no,
what
dude.
it is.
Don't put apples in it either, man.
You're like, why do people do this shit?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like they should be in prison for life.
It's definitely un-American, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is some stuff they do in like other countries, I would assume. Actually, I don't think they celebrate Thanksgiving in other countries.
Do you think they eat stuffing in other countries?
Oh, of course. That's got to be a British mainstay, dude.
You think?
Yeah, like they eat lots of birds.
It seems British, I guess.
Yeah, like I mean, for Christmas they have like a Christmas. What do they call a pheasant? You know, like.
Is that what they do?
I don't know. Hold on,
British people in the chat, hook me up.
Yeah.
You know?
What do British people eat
for Christmas?
For Christmas, yeah, they do like Boxing Day and like all this weird stuff.
Boxing Day? Is that like what is that?
It's weird.
Do you box each other?
No, it's
Sounds
like
cool.
You like give people gifts, like
it's like Happy Boxing Day. They just fucking whoop each other's ass.
Gets these hands.
It's like April Fools, but instead of jokes, you just like surprise attack each other. You know?
Oh, hold on. I gotta see what this person said. Give me a second.
Yeah, Boxing Day. That sounds fun.
What do you guys enjoy a good joke? I don't know if that's a question.
I definitely enjoy a good joke.
I love a good joke. If you got one, post it in the chat for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So it looks like British people eat Christmas pudding, mince pie.
What the fuck is Christmas pudding?
To be honest with you,
minced pie. I get it. That's like a meat pie, right?
You know, I think mince pies.
It's like a meat pie.
They're not made of meat.
No.
Although they once were.
Well, what the fuck are they made of?
I
don't want it anymore.
Yeah, it's so I'm trying to figure out all this stuff. Just for the British people out there.
I'm sure the British people already have it figured out. You know.
Yeah. I just find it weird. You know, like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a mince pie is, and I'm not gonna Google it. But they also do a Sunday roast, pigs in blankets.
Okay.
That's a weird thing for Christmas, like just kolaches.
Yeah.
You know,
I've heard of weirder stuff. My mom made like sausage balls when I was growing up. So
that sounds good as fuck, though.
Super good.
Also, your mom always made the best stuff, dude.
Yeah, she makes some good stuff for sure.
Oh wow. Okay.
What do we got?
Why did Tigger keep looking in the toilet?
He's trying to find poop.
Another thing that British people eat.
What is a Yule log?
Yule log is also...
Never mind then. What is it?
Chocolate Yule log rollade cake depicts an actual wooden log burnt for Christmas time. It's like chocolate, like some other shit.
Oh, dope. So it's like chocolate like made to look like a burnt up log?
Yeah, but it looks like a turd.
That's fun.
Or at least on Google Images it does. But
you know.
Anyways, did you watch the Squid Game reality show? Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
It's okay. I feel like it's like
Is it better or worse than Physical 100?
Oh, I love Physical 100.
Physical 100 was great.
They did it's like 1-for-1 like set and everything, like the people are staying at, and they even start with the red light, green light, and then but they have like little things in between, and then they do like this new game that's like a battleship, like with people standing in the ships, and then like all this stuff. It's pretty.
And people win a bunch of money if they win or something. Is it over
yet?
It's
literally no. The 29th they put out the last episodes for this season.
Oh, okay.
So there's 5 out right now, 5 episodes, and they're down to like 60 people or something, or maybe a little less. But it's literally just like the show.
And stuff?
Yeah.
Well, then if you've watched the show, you kind of know what to expect. If I was going on there, I would have been studying because I would have already expected them to do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they even did the little cut the stuff out and like.
I bet everybody who watched the show was doing what the fucking old guy was doing.
Oh yeah. Everybody's licking
the cracker and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the thing is like it's very like over dramatic. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like they found all the weirdest people they could find, like possibly. And I mean, it's filmed in the UK.
Probably because they want tension among the contestants. Because part of what makes the show good is like the actual show Squid Game is like all the tension between the contestants.
Yeah, because people can die.
You know what I mean?
In this one, nobody can die.
It's
so
much
like,
lower stakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they got to have a way to like emulate that craziness. You know what I mean? By getting crazy ass people who are gonna argue with each other, I bet, you know?
Well, it's really annoying because they all just cry constantly. Like, it's literally just like everybody's crying. There's even this guy, he's like,
why?
Dude, I don't know.
You know what you're signing up for, right? Like
they're not crying, but they're crying because like they're getting eliminated and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And like it's like Survivor, you know, like watching Survivor and everybody's like over dramatic and like crying about shit and like, but this one they're not even out in the wild. They're just like staying in this place and
well,
like.
At least you're not getting blasted by a Squid Game masked dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, it would soften the blow a little bit. You know, it's like all right, at least I'm not dead. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of cringe. Like a lot of the times, like
I'm still gonna watch.
Oh, it's worth a watch though. But because we watched it, and originally, Brittany did not watch Hunger Games, so she's watching this. She's all into it, but never saw the actual Squid Game.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
She never saw the actual Squid Game because like we couldn't get past the dub or whatever. She was like, all right, well, let's just try it, you know, again, like, and then see if we can.
She wasn't into it.
Not the original time we tried to watch it. I watched it subbed, and then I tried to watch it dubbed with her, and she was just like, no, I can't. This is terrible, the voice acting. But
I watched it dubbed.
I don't know how you did that.
I enjoyed it. Once you get over it, like it takes a little bit, but like once you get like into it, it's just good enough to keep watching. There are some parts that are just really fucking ruined by the dub.
Oh,
like,
it's so bad, dude.
Like the part where he's like the fucking, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but like some parts at the end that are like super action packed probably would have been a lot better in the original version.
Yeah, watching it like in Korean, like it feels like you're watching like an anime, so like it doesn't feel weird. Like whenever they're like, the only problem is with anime, dubs work because it just works. Like, you know, it's animated.
Well, yeah, it's easier to sync up the mouth movements and stuff, you know?
This one, like, hey, that's not what I wanted. And it's just like a dude, like a normal guy talking. And you're like, why?
I got to say, though, I've been exploring a lot of, like, foreign content on Netflix and stuff. And most of the time I watch it dubbed, okay? And, like, half of them are, like, really bad. Like, just, they're not even synced up with the mouth at all. It's just like, hello. Yeah. You know? But then, like, the other half are, like, really good. Like, some you can tell which ones Netflix puts a lot of effort into. Like, the ones that they took the time to dub, like, 50 languages into, those usually have a really good dub.
Oh, yeah,
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like,
it still doesn't work, though. I think the problem with the dub is that you can't imitate the sounds of the room. Like, so, like, whenever you watch
well, that's what I'm saying. Some of them do. Like, there's one show on Netflix called, I think, Marianne or something like that, and it's like a Spanish, like, horror show, kind of like House on Haunted Hill or whatever, that Haunting of Hill House or whatever. But it's like the Spanish version, you know what I mean? About this chick with, like, sleep paralysis and fucking... It's really good, but it ends really abruptly, so if you start watching it, just be aware of that. But... fucking the dub is excellent. Like, they have all these, like, weird noises because, like, the sleep paralysis demon is, like, all up in her face all the time, and it's like... And it's like, they do a good job of, like, you know, reproducing every aspect of, like, the sound. You know what I mean? Like,
and they do that in Squid Game, too, but the problem is like, whenever they're in a room that obviously would be echoey, and there's no echo from the voice of the person talking, it's, like, really weird. Or, like in the very first episode, whenever he runs into the bathroom and the guys are like beating him up or whatever, like in the Korean version, like you can hear it when he talks, like there's like an echo because they're in a bathroom.
Yeah.
And in the dub version, it just sounds like I'm talking right now. Like he's like, oh no, why are you doing this to me? You know, and it's just like, dude, this is so bad. But like, you know, we were able to get through it. So now we're going to start a second episode, see how it goes.
Cool.
But anyways, yeah, watch that. And then, I think that's about it, like, you know, non-game wise on things happening.
Yeah, I didn't, let's see, I feel like I watched a cool movie, but it's escaping me right now, so if I think of it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into currently playing. I finished. I know I said I finished Mario Wonder last week, but I didn't like 100% it. I'm now officially 100%ed on Mario Wonder. Like I'm telling you, the final level in that game, it's called the final badge marathon or something like that. It's super long. It's one of the hardest levels in any 2D Mario game ever made. Like, I'm serious. It's super hard. Like you have to like basically use all the badges. Like, so it drops you into a level. You run it with that badge, and like it has all this stuff set up to work for that badge. Which, like in this game, the badges are basically different like abilities. So like you're just constantly bouncing, like as you're moving, and like you can't like stop and stand there. It's just constantly bouncing you. Another one, when you jump, if you hit R, you like will like twist up. And so like they have all these different things where like you have to like fall and then twist and jump, like it'll throw you back onto the level.
Oh, wow.
Or like a one where when you're crouched, it like builds up your jump, and then you can jump really high. So like you'll be sliding on these things, and then you got to like drop and then immediately crouch as it's sliding you across, and then jump up to the next one, and like all this stuff. And it's back to 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 back all the way to the end, and you only get like one checkpoint in between like 9 like levels basically.
Oh wow.
And it's super hard. And but I finally got it down to where I was beating it within like 2 to 3 lives. And then I kept getting to the end. In the very end part, you're invisible. So like you're having to like bounce on these like balloons invisible. Like you can't see your character at all. And like somehow you have to get all the way across the thing like that. And so I finally figured out like the timing and stuff, and like how far I need to press the over to get the bounces perfect. But I get all the way to the end, and there's a thing. You have to get the top of the flagpole for it to count as like a 100% complete.
Yeah.
So like I got all the purple coins. I got, I got the Wonder Seed or whatever. But then I got all the way to the end, jumped, and I missed the top of the pole by like an inch. And it took me like 4 hours to get there. So then like I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And so I took a break, came back, went in, finished it in 3 lives, but it's because I had started to get the timing down for everything. It's like a Dark Souls boss or whatever.
Yeah.
Once you get that down, finally got it and got everything, and then so you get the final badge for doing that, and it's called the Sound Off badge. I won't explain what it does because it's not really worth everything to get, but like it's kind of cool. But I don't want to spoil it for whoever's out there doing it.
That's cool. That's what I want for Christmas. So I'm
Mario Wonder.
Yeah, I'm hoping for around December I'll be playing that shit.
It's really fun. Yeah, and the other game I played, I got Mario RPG finally, the remake.
Oh, nice. You've been playing it?
I already beat it.
Oh wow, is it fun?
Oh, really good. I played the original like a little bit.
Yeah, but you didn't like play all the way through it.
When I was a kid, I never played it. Like I like walked around in it but it was.
I heard they like made the fighting a little better in this one, but other than that, it's pretty much the exact same experience as the original.
From what I've heard, it's beat for beat the same game. But like I played all the way through it. I got the I tried to do a lot of the side quest stuff. I did most of it. I didn't fight the boss from Final Fantasy, the Culex or whatever. Like he was just randomly like in one of the rooms. Have you seen, like, you played through Mario RPG as a kid, right?
No, I only played a little bit of it. Like, I didn't play through the whole thing.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's like
I actually was meaning to play it recently, but then, like, the day after I decided I was going to play it, they announced the remake, and I was like, well, fuck it.
I'll
just play the remake.
Get the remake. It's beautiful. It's a really good game. And it's exactly what I was saying, like, a long time ago, where I was like, I wish they would make games look like Donkey Kong Country, but with, like, modern graphics.
Yeah.
It literally looks like they just took Donkey Kong Country and, like, made it 3D somehow.
That's cool.
And it's so cool.
Because that's a big part of what made Super Mario RPG so great was like the aesthetic of it all. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. And it looks like that, and it feels alive. It feels real. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. It doesn't feel like your typical Mario game. The RPG and the story aspects of it are great. Like, it feels like a good Final Fantasy game, like a old school JRPG Final Fantasy game.
That's cool.
So it's actually made me want to go get Final Fantasy VII and play through it. But Final Fantasy VII, Intergrade remake what is it?
Yeah, Integrate
or something
Yeah.
is now on PC, and for Black Friday, actually until Monday. Not Monday. Till tomorrow, it's only $30, I think, on PC. So I was like,
Is it not on Game Pass?
no, it's not even on Xbox or anything yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it never came to Xbox.
Really? Oh, that's 15 that came to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not Game Pass, Xbox. They got the original Final Fantasy VII on Game Pass, right?
I don't know.
One of the Final Fantasies is on Game Pass. Like,
I don't think so.
I could be tripping, but
I'm checking my Game Pass app right now.
check the PC Game Pass specifically.
Yeah, but that's like I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy VII, but I was reading all the reviews like on Steam for the Intergrade or like Final Fantasy VII Remake, and everybody's saying like it changes a lot of the story beats of the original game, and I'm like, well, fuck. Now,
not really. I mean, like, it's just like it's not even a fraction of the original game. You know?
No.
But it's like
I know that
it's not that much different, really. Like,
well, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but from the stuff that they were talking about, it definitely changes a lot. And like, it's actually not even supposed to be a sequel, or a remake. It's a reboot, technically, to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's confusing. But like, I thought it was like beat for beat the same game. Like the same story, but just like modernized, and they made Midgar a lot longer or whatever. But apparently it's not. Apparently, like the characters that show up, like they retroactively made some characters alive again, and like things like that were supposed to die and things like that. And I'm like, okay, well that's confusing. So which one is canon? And
I think in the original game, there were some characters that died that didn't really, like, it either didn't explain it or show their death or whatever, you know what I mean? And I think they just kind of, like, I don't know, changed that in the new one. But, like, I played both recently, you know what I mean? I played Final Fantasy Remake, and I played, the original. I didn't play the whole game of the original, but I played through the Midgar, like, motorcycle part on the original, you know what I mean? And I didn't find anything to be, like, too egregiously different. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't, like, bother me. The new one didn't anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, apparently the ending changes a lot, too, because of a certain machine that appears. And so, like, they were saying, like, how that affects a lot of the story. Like,
I guess we'll see, you know, because the new one's coming pretty soon. I think it's probably going to be less different than everybody thinks. You know, they're probably just making it set up to, like, the story to play out more like,
modern
to make sense better. I feel like 7 was good when it came out, but like if you go back and play like the original 7, it feels a little convoluted compared to like the modern one. Like the story beats are easier to follow in the new one, you know, and I think maybe some of the fluff that got cut out or changed is probably for the better, you know. And
okay.
That's just my opinion, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know.
No, and I'm glad you're saying that, because I was like almost like hesitant to even buy it, because I was like, well, maybe I should just play through 7.
They left the important stuff in there, like cross-dressing Cloud.
The important stuff.
That's pretty much the important stuff.
Yeah, and that's everybody was saying like it felt like less of a open world, but I'm like the old one wasn't open.
No.
I mean, it's just like it's an open like map you walk around on, but that's like typical JRPG, like classic JRPG, where you just like walk around and then fight things.
To me, it doesn't feel any more or less open than the last one. The layout is definitely different, and it doesn't take you like an hour to walk from point A to point B because there's like 100 random encounters. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to deal with that anymore, which I think is a plus. You know what I mean? The combat isn't turn-based anymore, which is pretty much, in my opinion, the biggest change. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a huge... Like, the game is totally different. You know what I mean?
Is the combat good?
It's not, like, great, but it's not, like, bad either. You know what I mean? It's better than, like, 15.
Yeah, 15 kind of sucked to me. But the thing is like...
I feel like it's better than 15 and maybe, like, slightly worse than 16. You know what I mean? But, like... I don't really like any of the combat in Final Fantasy since they stopped doing turn-based. You know what I mean?
That's what I was about to say. It's like, really, the game that I want is like turn-based. Like, I want to build levels. And
I think there's actually a turn-based mode you can turn on that
really?
like, changes the whole game. but like I'm not 100% sure about that. You might want to look that up.
Yeah, because that sounds awesome. Can I play Final Fantasy VII Remake with turn-based? Because that would change the game.
I could be wrong, but like I think whenever he brings up the difficulty settings at the beginning of the game, like one of the options is like a turn-based thing. Does it say that?
It says the combat is primarily determined by ATB actions and only gives you something to do when the action elements while waiting for the next ATB turn, and to optimize and make the combat feel more engaging. I don't know. Some people are like it's literally the same in 7 Remake as in 7. You're not meant to try and get through encounters without taking damage like you would in a true action game. That's why blocking doesn't negate 100% incoming damage. You're supposed to do exactly as you described in turn-based combat in 7R.
That's not even relevant. Like it's
Yeah,
not
I
even
don't
about
understand.
like how the combat functions. It's about like the flow of like playing the game. You know?
Yeah.
Like with the turn-based game, you can put the controller down, fucking eat a sandwich while you're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, and just like yeah, it's action based to me, but
okay, so there's not an option.
no.
They didn't even implement one later. Like, how old is that article? Because I think if they did put one in, maybe it came out with Integrate. Hold up, let me see.
No, that's the thing. This is from like several months ago.
Okay, then they probably don't have it in there.
No,
I might just be tripping. Maybe that was 16. I don't know.
it's probably 16.
Maybe it's 15. I don't know. I feel like one of them gave me an option recently, but I don't even know anymore.
It says, I love 7 Remake's combat because it feels good. It's still strategic, and it allows you to play all of the party members. One thing I know I will miss in 16 is the party mechanics. I don't think I would have liked 7 Remake's combat as much if I couldn't wallop bad guys with Tifa most of the time. I don't know. It's confusing. I'm not the biggest JRPG fan. Honestly, this is the first JRPG I've ever fully beat. Like I've ever sat through, which was not 7, Mario RPG.
Yeah.
And like my whole life, I've played so many JRPGs. I start them and then I just get bored halfway through. This was the first one that I was just like fully engaged the entire time. Then it was like it took me like around 14 hours to beat. But
the
that's
only
like
one
with
that did
side
that
quests
for
and
me
stuff.
was freaking Persona games, man. I can't get into like Final Fantasy 16. I played the whole game. I fucking hated it, dude. Like I really did. Like Final Fantasy 7 Remake was like okay at best, you know. It was beautiful to look at, and I think that's like the eye candy is what kept me coming back. Same with 16, honestly. They're both gorgeous games, but just very shallow feeling, you know. Like I don't know, especially if you just got done playing like, you know, The Witcher or Red Dead or something, you know.
The Witcher is also on sale for like I think like $15.
Witcher 3 is a fantastic game, dude. It's the world that they've built for that game. Well, not they've built, but like the world that the book, you know, has provided them is so deep and complex and like really interesting, and like the gameplay is really good. Everything about The Witcher is better than Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Yeah, so you can save 75% on The Witcher 3 right now. You can buy The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on Steam for the next 15 hours for $9.99.
Damn.
Instead of $40.
Is that the complete edition?
Complete edition is $12.49.
You got to get the complete edition.
Yeah.
The DLC for The Witcher is like so good.
Blood and Wine and all that.
Yeah, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. One of them has a really crazy good story. And one of them adds an entire like section of a map. Like it is such a good game, dude. Like fucking, I can't recommend Witcher 3 enough.
But yeah, I mean $12.49 for all of it on PC on Steam. The only thing that I've started The Witcher 3 twice now, and I can never get into it. And like I don't know if it's because of the high fantasy or what, but like I just can't.
It takes a second, but like it took me a second to get into it. But you like once you're into it, something will snap, and it's just like, oh my god, this is the best fucking game ever. You know what I mean? I don't know when it happens, but like I think it's like the monster hunting. Like you can go take these little contracts and hunt down monsters and do like little mini boss fights, and for me that's what did it. Like it was like almost like a Dark Souls experience at that point, you know. I'm just going around finding sweet monsters and fucking killing them. I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun with it, but I feel like if you get far enough into it, it'll probably suck you in, you know what I mean?
I just have to make it far enough. I feel like that first part is such a drag.
It really is. Like, all the way up until, honestly, it's a drag for, like, a good 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it does pick up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once it kind of lets you off the leash a little bit, it's really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is. I just got to get off the leash. You got to let me out the cage. No, but yeah, I'm interested. I don't know which one I'm going to buy. I might buy Witcher 3. I might buy 7 Intergrade. We'll see what happens by tomorrow.
I would probably get whatever one's, like, calling out to you more, but
Yeah.
I think The Witcher 3 is, like, an infinitely better game.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
I think, honestly, never mind.
Any game's a better. No,
No, I was gonna say the fucking Gwent, like the card game in The
Oh,
Witcher
yeah.
3, is probably a better game. No, I'm
Damn. Yeah. Also, with just a little update, Warzone season is coming to an end. I made it to Diamond 2. It's all that matters. I'll forever have been at Diamond 2, and I'll take that.
so proud of
So, yeah, thank you.
They
Thank
grow
you.
up so fast.
Yeah, but got to throw that update out there. But yeah, so next week, I think, either next week or the week after I think it's next week. The new season starts, and then all the new shit gets added. So we'll be back down to Bronze 1. We'll see what happens.
Dude, I'm nowhere near as good at the new UFC game as I was at the last one, man. I'm not. I used to be like a rank 10, which was, I thought, it was pretty good. If you see somebody with a rank 10, you're like, oh shit,
He's about to kick my ass.
I'm like a rank 5 now, you know what I
Damn.
mean? Like I'm not even nearly as good at this new one, but it's because the grappling is so hard, man. They totally changed it, and like I haven't figured it out yet. So like I'll be winning, and then somebody will just tackle me and fucking choke me, and then it's over.
Bunch of what's his name's Nuremberg guys.
Yeah, a bunch of Nurmagomeders.
Nurmagomeders. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name at all, but Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib. There you
Khabib.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well,
What
let's
have you
see.
been playing?
I've been playing this game called Synapse.
Oh, I've heard of this.
It's a PSVR 2 game.
Yeah.
And it's like a roguelite, and basically it's like Inception. You're like trying to get like deeper into this guy's mind or whatever, and like you're fighting like waves of enemies until you get to the final boss or whatever. It's pretty basic, and it only like it's one of those die and retry and power up kind of things. And I had a lot of fun with it. Like the graphics are really good. It's in 120 frames per second, which is really nice and smooth, but like it's reprojected, so there's like ghosting sometimes on like the gun and stuff, which is a little weird, you know what I mean? But it's not all the time. Like it only does it every now and then, but when it does it, it's like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? But the game itself is really cool and trippy and pretty. My only complaints are that it's like basically in black and white the whole game, which is kind of like a
cop out.
Well, it sucks because you got this beautiful HDR screen, you know what I mean? And like they don't take advantage of it at all, really, But the gameplay itself is a lot of fun. My other complaint is that it's just too short. Like once you finally beat a run, it takes about an hour per run, you know what I mean? And like fucking it's just so easy. Like once you get powered up enough, like they'll increase the difficulty on you. You beat the game and they're like, "Oh, you got to go back through, but this time it'll be harder." But it's really not that much harder because like
you're already super powered.
You already beat it like when you're like underpowered, and then you have like 1 million power up points and you power yourself up, and it's just like the balancing is a little off. I wouldn't have mind like having to work for it a little more to beat that first run, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was a lot of fun. I definitely would give it a solid like 8 out of 10. Like the triggers on the guns are really cool. Like a lot of PSVR 2 games aren't taking advantage of like the adaptive triggers, which I think is kind of bummer because it's just like it adds so much to the experience in VR specifically. You know what I mean? Like, and this game, if you get shot in the head, your like headset vibrates, so it kind of like makes you jump a little bit, and like the triggers have like a pull to them. So like when you shoot the like pistol gun, it like has like a weighty like pa, and then when you shoot the like machine gun, it like shakes and does all the. It feels cool. It feels like when it like a Time Crisis type thing.
Yeah, I was about to say like a light gun game. That's cool.
It really adds that like effect to it, which I think is really cool, especially as a fan of like those like old school like games with the blowback features and stuff. It feels like that kind of,
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing that, and then I've been playing that UFC game, and then I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 still. I'm doing my Dark Urge playthrough still, and I'm at the very end of the game, and I am fucking stuck. Or at least I have been for like the past 3 days, because like the first time I played the game, I was like, I had amassed this team of badasses, you know what I mean? But in the Dark Urge playthrough, like...
It's just you.
Well, I've managed to come up with a team, but they're not nearly as badass because I'm having to settle for all the people that like I didn't kill throughout my playthrough. The people that were like evil enough to hang with me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've got this team of like not necessarily badasses, you know? And like we're all like working our way towards the final boss right now, but like the first game I just went straight through, like just line drive all the way to the end, just killing everybody on my way. I didn't even summon any of like the allies that it like says you can summon or whatever. I just like straight up fucking long dicked it. But like in this one, fucking I keep trying to do the same thing and just getting mowed down. You know what I mean? So like I'll walk out and then just instantly get killed by everybody. So now I'm like, all right, fuck it. I just can't go that way. Either I go that way and I waste all my powers and health and shit before I get to the final boss, or I find a new way. So like now I'm like exploring, and I actually like took a wide left and like went around the whole castle, and I'm like going up the side, and I didn't even realize you could do this. I thought this was just like a linear section of the game. Like there's like a whole different like route you can take, like several routes you can take. And the one I took ended up leading you to this door, and there's like a whole conversation you have with the people through the door, and they like let you through the door. It's like a whole segment of this shit I didn't even know existed. I keep finding things on my second playthrough that are like whole areas and like scenarios and stuff that I didn't like encounter at all in the first game, you know?
Nice.
When I'm doing things that I did in the first game, you know what I mean? Not even just like when I'm trying to do different shit. It's just like
because it all like all your choices like up until that point have,
not even
like,
just
compiled.
that. It's just like the map is so like weird. Like sometimes you'll just slip down a little fucking like, you know, pathway, and then suddenly you're just in a whole different area, you know what I mean? Because the map is one of those that's like black until you like walk into it, you know what I mean? So there's like whole segments of the map that I didn't even realize existed, and then I'm just like suddenly like they light up and I'm like, whoa, okay, we're in a whole different place now, you know? It's such a good game. But yeah, honestly, I might even start a third playthrough whenever I'm done with this one, just because like I'm done all the evil shit, and now I'm like, okay, my first game I didn't really know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? So the third game I'm probably gonna not be evil, but like try to do just make a point to be different. You know, just do as much different shit. Because in this game, I'm doing as much evil shit as I can. And sometimes the evil thing is like what I did in the first game. But I'm like, for the sake of being as evil as possible,
I'm going to go ahead
we're
and
going to
do
it again.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm having fun with that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, yeah, well, let's move on to the video game news. Wasn't too much news this week.
No, most of it was just like Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday sales.
Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply just bringing them all to one place for your ears. Brent, if you got like Black Friday deal stuff, I
don't have any black. I made a point to avoid.
Yeah, I was about to say, because by the time this goes up, that's all going to be done.
No, yeah. Y'all missed out. Sorry,
guys. We should have done that last week, but at the same time, that's just not our thing.
Yeah, you're going to find it. You already know there's some deals going on. If you're listening live right now, it's not too late. You can go catch a deal right now. Right now. Go catch it. Go catch it quick. Yeah, quit listening to us. Catch the deal. Come right back to us. Yeah, you don't even have to stop listening to us. You can probably just catch the deal. Yeah, catch it. Dude, it's coming. It's coming. Better catch it. Better catch it. It's going long. No, but all right. You read off the first one. I have got to pee. Podcast people. That's serious. Yeah. All right. Let's see. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie continues to soar at the box office. After another weekend in theaters, it has now earned $136 million in the U.S. and $147 million from international markets, for a grand total of $283 million so far. That makes it Blumhouse's highest-grossing movie of all time. The previous record holder was 2016 Split, which earned $278.5 million globally. Some of Blumhouse's other big recent hits have included Get Out and Halloween, which both earned more than $250 million at the global box office. Jason Blum, founder of Blumhouse, thanked director Emma Tammy, and series creator Scott Cawthorn. The cast and crew, the team from Jim Henson's Creature Shop, and the distributor Universal Pictures for helping make the movie a success. So that's pretty cool, man. I mean, a video game movie taking over movies like Get Out and Split, you know? That's pretty impressive. You know what I mean?
It really is, especially. But, I mean, it's kind of a given with Five Nights at Freddy's just because of how popular the franchise
backing, you know? But still, to say, you know, like, other movies with popular franchises didn't do so well. You know, I think it's the kids that are watching it.
It's the kids,
You know what I mean?
Well, now they're probably older. They're like teenagers at this point. The kids.
I think it's a healthy mix of like modern children and like, you know, teenagers that like, you know, were kids
when they watch it,
you
yeah.
know? But there's still kids watching and playing that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I sees it. I sees it all the time.
Seen it with my
I
eyes.
seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that.
And honestly, there's adults probably going out to see it too, like gamer nerds like us. You know, fucking. I didn't go see it in theaters, but
no, or
know.
gamer dads. You know,
Yeah.
like people who have kids that are gamers.
Yeah.
Like they probably get into it because their kids like it, and they're like, "Hey, video games. We can do this together."
Still, you gotta admit that's pretty impressive. Blumhouse's highest-grossing film of all time
That's insane, dude.
by like several $1 million. That's crazy.
I bet they're glad they finally put it out. Not like,
Dude, for sure. Yeah.
after that long time, they were probably like, "We're just gonna cancel this." But
It makes you. I bet they dip their toes into more like licensed like properties like that after this. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, what's the other Blumhouse thing that's about to come out? Oh my gosh. Oh goodness, I can't remember. Oh no, I'm thinking of A24. You know, I was thinking of that movie with Zac Efron and the guy from The Bear or whatever. It's like a wrestling movie. You seen that?
No.
Zac Efron and like what's that guy from The Bear?
I can't remember. His
you know
name.
what he
Like
looks
the
like
main
though.
character
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
They're like wrestlers, like.
That sounds terrible.
It's like it's based on a real story or something. I don't know, dude. It looks okay.
I might have to check it out.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. This is some pretty interesting news, I think. If it will load. Here we go. Just as video games overcame toys at the top of Christmas lists, physical video games have now fallen away to virtual currency and gaming subscriptions like PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, and Nintendo Switch Online. As reported by GI.biz, the Entertainment Software Association found that 72% of U.S. children aged 10 to 17 wanted video game-related products for Christmas, but of them, only a small fraction actually wanted physical games. Subscriptions sat at the top spot on letters to Santa, with 39% of children wanting them. Consoles followed at 38%. Accessories at 32%, and in-game currency at 29%. The least popular option was the aforementioned physical games, which sat at 22%.
Wow. New generation, man. These kids don't need no fucking analog shit, man.
No, but it's not only that. I think physical games have gone terribly wrong. Like I got
They're
Mario.
not really physical games anymore. It's
No.
just a fucking key.
It's
That's
a
all
key,
it is.
and they don't even give you a manual or like any like art or anything. Like
yeah,
I
there's
just
no like yeah.
no.
you're
I got Mario RPG. I'm like, oh dude, there's got to be something cool in here. Open it. It's literally nothing but the cartridge.
Really?
Nothing. Not a manual. Not a little
Wow.
ad. Not even like a fucking like. Here's a little.
I missed that, man.
Me
Like,
too. It's just an empty fucking case. Like all that plastic is wasted for that one little cartridge, like DS size cartridge. And then not only that, same thing with the Super Mario, like the one that's rare now. It had like Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and
Yeah.
Galaxy on the Switch. There's nothing in there either. It's just the cartridge. But
Yeah.
the case and the cartridge is worth a lot now.
and I'm pretty sure only like 2 of those games are on the actual cartridge. Like, I think you have to download Galaxy.
Yep.
Which is like kind of some fucking bullshit, but at the same time, Nintendo I think is still better about like putting the full game on the cartridge than most people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like most publishers and shit just don't give a fuck. Like, they really don't. Like, Nintendo at least makes an effort to, like, put your full game on the thing because they know it's portable and most people are trying to play it on the go. You know what I mean?
But see, my thing is like, if I'm paying for this physical thing, at least throw in a manual. Like, throw in something like in there. Because I used to love just opening it up and reading the manual, even though I don't need it, or like looking at the pictures in the manual or whatever. Like, that's just not a thing anymore. It's just empty cases with a cartridge, and that's it. That's what you get, like, whether you buy it physical or not. So you might as well just digitally download it.
It's so weird. I mean, unless you're getting like the like a limited edition, you know what I mean? And even then you're not getting like a manual. You're getting like a
you get like a
case,
figure or something
in
a case. Like, that's like, you could just go buy a figure like that. I don't know. It's just weird. I miss those good old days.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
What else you got?
Let's see. Okay. Bloober Team has provided an update on the Silent Hill 2 remake's production.
It's going terribly wrong.
We can't do it. The developer said that everything is going according to plan, and that it just needs a bit more time before revealing anything else. On behalf of our development team, we would like to clarify that the production is progressing smoothly and in accordance with our schedule, Bloober Team said in a statement. We understand that many players around the world are eagerly anticipating news about the game, and we appreciate your dedication. However,
they just kill this guy because he talks like this.
We kindly ask for a bit more patience. Once Konami, as the game's publisher, shares more information, we are confident that the wait will be worthwhile. It's like, guys, just shut up. Like, if you're just like telling everybody that like you can't say anything until Konami fucking says something, like,
why even say it?
Just don't say it. Like, obviously Konami's trying to build tension, build hype, dog. They're the big dogs.
It's like, we're waiting on Konami. It's like, Konami's not saying anything because the game is probably a walking simulator, and they're like, all right, when are you gonna put shit in here? Like, when's something gonna happen in this game? But we'll see.
I've got high hopes here.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I've got faith because that's just
that
would just be a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do think that Layers of Fear remake that came out pretty recently was like really impressive for what it was. You know what I mean? And it definitely washed the bad taste of the medium out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for the best here.
I'm giving it a low hope just because if it's good, then I just get to jump from there. I'm
just hoping that it's at least like atmospheric enough to be creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't care if the gunplay is a little shoddy. It is what it is.
So literally just make it like
I want it to be
play-by-play
scary.
Resident Evil remake.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you got to do. Just go buy Resident Evil remake, make everybody there play it, make the game feel like that. Like, you know, that's all you got to do.
Put Silent Hill shit in it.
Yeah, put Silent Hill shit in there. Put it in Silent Hill. Boom, you got yourself a game. You know what? Just fuck it. Give it to Capcom. Let them make this game. But anyways, following rumors and reports that the expansion was delayed, Bungie has officially revealed that Destiny 2's next expansion, The Final Shape, has been pushed back to June 4th, 2024.
I think the most recent expansion they put out kind of got panned.
It did, yeah.
So they're kind of like, okay, we got to fucking make this one tight.
I mean, I hope The Final Shape is the last part of it, but
it's got to be. It's called The Final Shape.
They're like, nah. But in a blog post, Bungie confirmed that it is delaying the expansion, stating it needs, quote-unquote, more time to become exactly what Bungie wants it to be. The expansion was supposed to release on February 27th, 2024. Now it's all the way in June?
Honestly, they need to, just fucking kill Destiny, dude.
That's what the shape should be. The Final Shape. They should just walk in and just fucking nuke the entire game. Like, nobody can play it ever again.
What they need to do is make Destiny 3, but not call it Destiny 3.
Just call it Destiny.
No, fuck Destiny altogether. Destiny. Just have gunplay, physics, monsters, whatever. All that same shit from Destiny, but make it less intimidating to new players, because people like me don't want to just jump into Destiny 2 because everybody and their mom has been playing Destiny 1 and 2
for 20 years.
It's intimidating, man. It's either you're the new guy who doesn't fucking hold up his end of the group or whatever, or you're the fucking new guy who's getting wrecked by everybody else. There's no
in between.
There's no just jumping on and like enjoying yourself with that. And
yeah.
my problem is like, it's just intimidating. You know, make a game that's exactly the same, but call it something different. Make it a PlayStation exclusive because fucking Sony owns it. I don't know why the fuck Sony's over here doing this. You know what I mean?
Because they want that money.
I guess so.
If you make it exclusive, then you're only selling to like one part of the. That's why Minecraft is still on everything, though Microsoft owns it. It's like you know how much money they'd be losing on Destiny if they cut out like everybody on Xbox, everybody on PC, everybody like on.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like a whole new thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, but all those people are still gonna want to play Destiny. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They're gonna have to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, we're fucking right. Fucking in this economy, can't even get turkey bacon, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I'll never let it down. They had the nerve to go on like on.
What are turkey bacon prices looking like these days?
Like almost $5 for a pack. Look, I used to get it for $2.99. All right, let's just say they went on the news the other day, our government, and said that this was the 4th cheapest Thanksgiving of all time. I'm like, what fucking universe do you live in?
What the fuck?
When?
How is it the cheapest?
The 4th cheapest. What was the first cheapest? That's what I want to. The very first, like, we got that shit for free. We took it. But yeah, I don't know. They're just insane. That's literally insane.
That's a ridiculous stat. There's no way that's true.
It's not true at all. Like I think they're just like sitting around and they're like, how do we make this look good?
How does it even make sense? Like, why would they think people would believe that? Like,
I don't know, dude.
Have they been to the store lately?
No. I'm sure they get their turkey bacon brought to them. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking...
Jamel's Thanksgiving spread is just like plates and plates of turkey bacon.
But anyways, yeah, so that's the news on Destiny's The Final Shape.
Oh, okay. All right. There are more cowboys and cowgirls checking out the Wild West in Red Dead Redemption 2 than ever on PC.
It's the 4th greatest Western game. Just kidding.
The Rockstar game saw over 77,000 players on November 26th. A new high watermark for the open world title focusing on Arthur Morgan. This surge of players seems tied to a Black Friday sale for Red Dead Redemption 2. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, this game's been out since 2019 on PC, and even longer than that on consoles. So like, it's wild that it would hit its all-time high now. But
it's not wild. It's because they know GTA 6 is coming soon, so everybody's like
getting hyped up on the Rockstar train.
Yeah, that's what it is, and people want to go back and look at all the little details and stuff that they missed. And
I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing Red Dead 2, and I had no idea why. I don't even know. Like, I didn't tie it to anything. I just want to play a little cowboy poker. You know what I'm saying?
You're just in there playing poker.
I'm just in there playing poker. My only problem with Red Dead 2 is that you can't save the game after you enter cheats, which is some bullshit.
That's weird.
I'm trying to cheat, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cheat.
Why wouldn't you be able to save
I've already played the game. I've already beat the game. Now I'm trying to have fun. You know what I mean? But it's like, I can't have fun and save my progress, you know?
That's weird.
It's very weird.
No, I don't get it. I was going to say, I guess I get it, but I don't. So... speaking of Rockstar, the actor who played Grand Theft Auto 5 co-protagonist Michael DeSanta was swatted while streaming GTA Online, but has defended developer Rockstar Games despite fan outcry to the contrary. Who's outcrying Rockstar? Ned Luke received a call while streaming the game on November 23rd that informed him his property was currently being swatted. Swatting is a dangerous harassment technique with ties to to video games and streamers in particular, in which personal information is obtained in emergency services. Usually armed police are called to the person's home. Fans of Luke were quick to call out Rockstar for its alleged failure to protect players' IP addresses while playing GTA Online, but the actor refuted these claims. Quote unquote, y'all jumping to some large ass conclusions, Luke said. This had nothing to do with Rockstar. These assholes leaked my private info years ago and have been doing this shit since. Anyone's info is available online if you are sick enough to really want to find it. Swatting has been a persistent issue within the streaming community for several years, with the likes of Fortnite World Champion Kyle Buga Giersdorf, made victim of it at age just 16. The dangers of swatting have unfortunately been made clear, with police killing 28-year-old Andrew Finch as the result of a hoax phone call to emergency services in the U.S.'s first fatal swatting incident. So that's crazy. The actor who did Michael got swatted. So
did you see that video of that kid who swatted himself on accident?
No. What a dumbass.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
It happened.
I mean, like, if you swat people, you're probably like some kind of like either just like a really dumb young kid that doesn't know like repercussions to things, or you're just a straight up psychopath. Like there's only two options here.
Yeah.
You're too young to know the repercussions, or you should be in prison.
Yeah.
Like,
for real though.
Away from society. But anyways, what you got, Brent?
All right, let's see what we got here. After incidents involving unauthorized people appearing on stage to disrupt the proceedings at Jeff Keighley's produced shows, the Game Awards will see its security tightened up for this year's event. Keighley, the host and producer of the Game Awards, was asked in a Twitch Q&A livestream if there would be any increased security measures for the show, and he explained that plans were in place to prevent yet another stage invasion. So yeah, he said, "We don't want to talk about that stuff too publicly just because it's security," Keighley said. "We definitely have plans, and we're trying to do all we can to keep me safe, but also everyone watching the show, the audience, people participating in the show, and everything."
But mainly me.
Yeah.
I'm Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, so he goes on, but,
Yeah.
expect some fucking big-ass dudes and fucking red ropes and shit on the stage this time.
Good, because I'm tired of random like French people going
It's always
up.
that same kid, I feel like.
No, it was a different kid.
He looks the same as
That's
that
what I
one
was
kid.
saying. It's kind of messed up to say, but yeah, they looked exactly the same. Like, and the first kid, he got his little 5 seconds of fame, got what he wanted out of it, and then the next guy was like, "Oh, my turn." He went up and got shut down immediately. Nobody gave a fuck about him. Like, he didn't even get like a YouTube thing or anything.
That's sad, dude.
Yeah.
How do you rush the Game Awards show stage and not even that's when you know you've just failed, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we should rush it and then just like have nothing to say. Like, just
no, you got to come prepared. You got to have some Rabbi Bill Clinton shit up your sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Rabbi Bill Clinton. I forgot about that. Yeah. So the next Call of Duty game set for release in 2024 may be another entry in the Black Ops series of games and set in the Gulf War, according to a new report. Yeah, they always get leaked. As reported by Windows Central, the Treyarch-developed next release in the Call of Duty franchise will be a new Black Ops game, though its official name is still being decided internally. It will take place during the Gulf War, additionally touching on the global political fallout after the Cold War. Windows Central describes the approach as having a quote-unquote nuanced narrative focused on different participants in the Gulf War. This largely corroborates similar reports of the Gulf War setting inadvertently leaked by an actor earlier this year. So, additionally, the report suggests the new game will lean back into more traditional military combat tech and Black Ops gadgets, rather than focusing on the futuristic tech some of the more recent Call of Duty games have embraced. So, that's, planned for 2024.
great.
Yeah, I don't even know why we even talk about it, because it's coming.
They keep putting out them Call of Duty games, man.
Never ends.
Never ends.
Never will. It will go on
no matter
forever.
how many 4s IGN gives them.
No, it's really interesting to just see like that the numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's like every year everybody's like, this is the year that Call of Duty dies, and then they come out and they just sell even more. Like,
it's the consistency, it's the fact that like some people only play Call of Duty,
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
it's fun.
And honestly, there's not a lot of other like realistic military shooters that are as good or as polished, you know what I mean? Like,
there's like none. I mean, you could claim Battlefield is, but Battlefield's not.
There's like Battlefield, there's PUBG, there's like...
But PUBG's a third person. Their first person sucks.
I'm just saying, there's
yeah.
other options, but none of them are as good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As if you're just looking for like a realistic shooter, you know what I mean? Like realistic.
Yeah,
You know what I
realistic,
mean?
dude. No, but you mean you
I
just
mean
mean
like
an
like
action
real guns, like
first-person
real
shooter.
world.
Yeah.
You know, like there are other good shooter games, but it's like Halo and Apex Legends and shit. You know what I mean? And they're all like set in the future or space or some shit. You know what I mean?
Alien guns
Yeah.
and shit like that. Yeah, Call of Duty keeps it grounded technically, but like I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just hard to beat. There's no Medal of Honors anymore. There's no SOCOMs anymore. There's nothing like that, you know? Like, so it's either you play Call of Duty or you go play a Battle Royale, you know? And it's like, there's nothing else. Or at least in my opinion. I'm sure there's something online. People are like, oh, well, Escape from Tarkov, but that's like completely different.
Again, it's the quality, though, for me. You know, Tarkov is like a good game, but it's just not as like polished up as Call of Duty. You know what I mean? And it is more like realistic and simi and shit. You know what I mean? But it's just a different experience.
A whole
you know
different thing. Yeah.
It's like Call of Duty nails the casual feeling while also nailing the military sim vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if you can take it, you can get as skilled as you want in it, but still have fun even if you're not.
It's like the modern day Counter-Strike, you know what I mean? Like Counter-Strike still exists. I know there is a Counter-Strike that just came out, but I mean like in the respect that it's like a casual shooter that everybody enjoys playing. You know what I mean? Like
I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who plays Counter-Strike religiously, like just randomly walking into Walmart and like talking to people.
Counter-Strike was like a yesteryear thing, but like there are still like Counter-Strike is like a pro only thing. It's like fucking Valorant or something.
Yeah.
Like nobody's just playing Counter-Strike for fun. They're out there trying to get some money.
Get ranked and shit. Yeah. Anyways, what you got, Brent?
I think that's it for me.
Okay. All right. Well then I'll go ahead and knock out some of these other ones. Amid continued silence from embattled games company Embracer about the status of the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, developer Saber Interactive is reportedly still soldiering on with the project in some capacity. The KOTOR remake was thought dead after Embracer and Saber Interactive, the developer working on the recently delayed Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, take over following significant... what? Okay.
What happened?
I have no... Hold on. Am I having a stroke here? Hold on. The KOTOR remake was thought dead after Embracer had... After Embracer had Saber Interactive, the developer working on the recently delayed Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, take over following significant trouble at original developer Aspire. Aspire. Bloomberg reporter and reputable insider Jason Schreier posted on X to say Saber Interactive is still working on the game, although question marks remain over whether it will ever actually come out.
We did a story like a week ago where Saber Interactive directly said they like weren't working.
Correct, but Jason Schreier is saying he begs to differ, that like he's talked to people there and they're still working on it, but he doesn't know if it's ever going to come out.
Okay.
So he said they're still working on the game. All the question marks remain over whether it will ever actually come out, and if it does, what sort of game it will be. So Jason Schreier literally says, can't say whether the KOTOR remake will ever actually come out, but yes, 2 people from Saber Interactive tell me they're still on it, despite recent rumors that nobody is working on the game. Saber took the project from Aspire last year. So, interesting. It's like it's just back and forth with this thing, you know. But if Jason Schreier says it, then it's true. Like, I mean, he works for Bloomberg. He's always, he always tries to be legit when he talks. So,
well, I hope it does come out.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but I mean, I do think they are working on it. Maybe it'll get handed to somebody else, though.
Maybe they've got the bones of a good game there, and like they lost the license or something, and it'll turn into like a Sleeping Dogs type situation where they just make a whole new game out of it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they just make Jade Empire. Dude, that would be totally...
That would be fucking tight, dude. I would kill for Jade Empire 2. Like, I would seriously love that game. And you could do it so tight these days. Like, you could make it fucking turn-based. You can make it, like, just straight-up action game. No matter what you did, you can make it so cool. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Jet Force Gemini launches on Nintendo Switch via the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscription service in December, Nintendo has announced. Jet Force Gemini is a 1999 third-person shooter developed by Rare for the N64. it revolves around a galactic law enforcement team who battles against the insectoid villain Mizar, or Mitzar. In single player, you explore the galaxy, fight hordes of enemies, and save a race of survivors. Multiplayer has deathmatch for 2 to 4 players. So
I read they were doing like a 18 and up fucking section of the Nintendo Online, and it's gonna have like Conker's Bad Fur Day and all that stuff on it.
So they haven't confirmed whether Conker's Bad Fur Day would be coming or anything, but a lot of people are speculating that's probably why they're doing the 18 plus.
Yeah.
This for games like that. But also,
I think GoldenEye's got too many people getting shot for it to be considered like a family game, even though it's rated T. You know what I mean? Like they can't just throw that on there.
yeah.
Normal. Same with like Perfect Dark. You couldn't just put that on the fucking.
But I don't know if that's coming to the online pack or M-rated. Hold on, let me see what they're saying.
Yeah. Maybe you got to buy it like a game, and it's just got a bunch of shit in it, like the Rare Replay or something.
Yeah, I think that might just be like for like the store. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, okay.
Like,
it made it seem like it was going to be an online thing, but I guess that would make more sense.
I mean, you might be right. I heard somebody talking about it, but I can't find any articles on it, so I don't really know for sure about that. And I'm sitting here trying to Google it, and nothing's coming up. So I know it's real, though, because I heard people at IGN on a podcast talking about it, but I don't know the deets on it. We'll talk about it more next week. I'll look up more into it. But if they do bring M-rated games to the Switch Online, that would be great because you got Conker's Bad Fur Day, and imagine adding online play to Conker's Bad Fur Day in 64.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, which they do with all of these. They add the online play with up to 4 players or whatever.
It would probably be pretty controversial though, because I bet there's a bunch of kids who just don't have their fucking parental settings turned on or whatever. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna end up playing that shit and.
That's on their parents.
It is for sure, but
Yeah, and that's probably why they'll add the M-rated. Maybe like you'll have to put in your birth date to pull that up or whatever to play that game. Simple stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be cool to have the multiplayer in it. I just missed that game. And then let's see. This one's a pretty big one here.
What do we got?
A London tribunal is allowing a lawsuit that could cost Sony up to $7.9 billion to move forward. The lawsuit, which was filed last year, alleges that Sony is abusing its position as the main seller of digital games on the PlayStation Store by charging a 30% commission to developers and publishers. As a result, the lawsuit claims PlayStation is overcharging customers for digital games and DLC.
Isn't a 30% commission what Steam charges?
I have no idea. So it says Sony's lawyers attempted to get the lawsuit thrown out, but the tribunal is allowing it to continue, albeit well, hold on.
That was Epic's whole thing, is that they charge like 12% or something. So it was like we come get your shit published by us, and that's why like everybody's like Alan Wake 2 isn't on Steam and all those other games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It says Sony's lawyers attempted to get the lawsuit thrown out, but the tribunal is allowing it to continue, albeit with the stipulation that people who made PlayStation Store purchases after the case was filed in 2022 should be removed from the claimant class. Alex Neal, a consumer right advocate, brought forth the lawsuit. In a website dedicated to the lawsuit, the facts page argues that, quote-unquote, since at least August 2016, quote-unquote, Sony has been exploiting its UK customers by charging them too much for PlayStation digital games and in-game content via its control over the entire PlayStation ecosystem, the page reads, calling it anti-competitive.
How are they being charged too much? If it's the same price as everywhere else, every other storefront, I don't see how it's too much.
Well, hold on. It says, Neil says that when announcing the lawsuit last year, gaming is now the biggest entertainment industry in the UK, ahead of TV, video, and music, and many vulnerable people rely on gaming for community and connection. The actions of Sony is costing millions of people who can't afford it, particularly when we're in the midst of a cost of living crisis and the consumer purse is being squeezed like never before.
Bitch,
it's
like
video
games.
Yeah,
dog.
you can't like make it like
it's not like essential for life. Like,
No, it says the lawsuit's reference to the 30% commission that Sony takes has previously been brought up in other legal challenges, most notably in Epic's lawsuit against Apple, where the Fortnite maker accused Apple of charging an App Store tax to anyone who wants to do business. However, the judge ruled in favor of Apple in that one. So it's like, I don't know how this is going to go.
I just don't.
I don't think it's going to hold up.
I don't understand. Are they taxing people more than like the state tax or something? Like what? How is it more expensive? Like I just don't. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Like what is Xbox charging? What is Microsoft?
I think they're
there?
saying that if Sony didn't charge a 30% on it, then the games would be cheaper because they would have to sell less to make money. The developer, but it's like they would just sell it for the same price anyways and just make more money for the developer.
It's not going to change price. Like what?
I think that's what they're trying to say, or whoever this person is. Let me see. How much does Xbox get from devs on the
third-party
Xbox store?
Yeah.
Microsoft has long employed a revenue-sharing model of 70% for creators and 30% for Xbox.
Yeah.
But
that's like the standard, dude. Like
hold on. It says, but starting August 1st, this was August 1st, so this already happened. It's now 88% for the developers and 12% for Xbox.
Oh, so they're modeling after Epic now.
Yeah.
So they started their model after Steam. They moved to the Epic model. That's still not outrageous, though. I mean, like, to think that PlayStation hasn't moved over to fucking, fuck that, dude. Like, look at the Xbox games. They're doing the revenue split like fucking 12% to 88, and the price is exactly the same.
It looks exactly the same.
You're not paying, like, as a consumer, it's not affecting you at all. You know what I mean? As a developer, you definitely are better off going with Xbox. But I mean, like, you can publish on both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna make more money off of Xbox per person buying it.
Yeah, I want to see how much Nintendo makes.
I bet Nintendo's greedy. No, I'm just kidding.
I would believe it. Yeah.
Nintendo games are always so expensive, like even the third-party ones,
Nintendo takes 30% of a third-party developer's selling price and records this in their accounts at net revenue. So,
yeah, okay.
Basically, everybody was doing 30%. Now it's just
Epic shook up the industry, though. The fact that Xbox took after that too is actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you think about it, like.
Even though it was very recent, but like it still like shows that they're like trying to be like, oh look, we're better, but like I mean 12%, like I'm sure for the devs that's a huge cut.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, like I mean that's
more than
15%.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome for them, and I'm at the very least this will make Sony have to like be like fine, we'll lower it or something, or at least look bad.
They're not gonna do shit.
Probably not.
And they're not even gonna lose this court case.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it. I think it'll get thrown out.
This guy's gonna waste all his time and money going to court against Sony's fucking mega lawyers, and this is just gonna be like Apple versus fucking Epic all over again. Except for this guy's not gonna have the fucking lawyers that fucking Epic has. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be him.
Though this is strictly in the UK, so like. I don't know how it works over there. Like, I don't, like...
Oi, bruv, I got this terrible case.
Yeah, I feel like over there they're more, like,
case
socially,
dismissed.
like, like, woke. Like, here we're more so, like, fuck you, companies win. But, like, over there they might be like, yeah, this is kind of bad. But, like, even if so...
I think even if you think about it from, like, a moral, like, perspective, like, you still arrive at the same, like... fucking conclusion, and that's that this in no way affects the consumer at the end of the day.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
it just affects the developers.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
so, I mean, like,
now if the developers hop in there and they're like, fuck you.
You get some developers in on this lawsuit, maybe we'll have a fucking discussion, you know what I mean? But, like, until then,
Yeah, you're just wasting your breath because you're going to get that percentage cut, and it's all going to go to the developers.
And that's the problem. You're never going to get the developers to get in on this because you don't want to fucking sue the people that are, like...
letting you put your game on their store.
Like,
yeah,
it's just a lose. Like you're not going to win this,
Yeah, and you'd have to go over Nintendo as well.
If he did somehow win this, it would have to like objectively change the price of video games as the outcome. You know what I mean? Like they would have to set some sort of fucking cap for like how much they can sell a game for or something in the UK, which is just like you can't arbitrarily like decide, okay,
you can only sell. Well, technically, I mean that's how it is now. Like you don't ever see games cost more than $69.99.
But that's because I think as a community, like developers have agreed, like okay, we're not going to do that. That's egregious to go past that, you know. And even now, like this is a new thing. The $69.99. It used to be $59.99. Still is on PC. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think as a community, like the developers have said, okay, we deserve an extra $10 per game, and that's fair. I get it. You know, I'm cool with that. Economic inflation, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. But it's like, I think it's cool that they like have just kind of settled at that. And if you want to buy the more expensive version, they have like the $100 version always, you know, with some kind of stupid bullshit you can get. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how far it does not go. You know, like I don't think it's going to get very far at all.
No, me either.
But hold on, I was trying to bring up one more here. Oh, okay. This is not video game related, but I think it's very interesting. Dave Filoni now has an even greater role within Star Wars, being promoted to Chief Creative Officer at Lucasfilm. This is good news.
When I first read this, I was thinking of Dave Portnoy, the guy who does the pizza reviews on the fucking street. And he's like, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Oh, my God.
I thought that's who they were talking about at first. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But now that I get it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so this is the guy who created like the Clone Wars show
or whatever,
Rebels, Ahsoka. He's like the same level as like Drew Karpyshyn. Like he was around with Drew Karpyshyn working on things like at that time. So I trust this guy like 100% of the way. And he worked on The Mandalorian. Like basically anything he touches has the old like
vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got the George Lucas feel to it.
Good. He even kind of looks like George Lucas after I looked him up. He's got that same like a young George. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And he's a little weird. He wears a cowboy hat and all that shit. But he's like
space cowboy.
Yeah, he was like George Lucas's like right hand man. Like whenever it was George Lucas. So like. The fact that he wasn't immediately put in this role, like whenever they started making the new trilogy and everything, is kind of stupid. Like they
wanted to cash in on the director big names. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even mean that. I mean like as him being set in the role as like the creative guy. Whenever they put what's her name? I always forget her name, but they put the lady who worked on the original Jurassic Park or something as like the head lady, and she knows like literally nothing about Star Wars. They were just like, here you go, you do this, and then it's like it's just been trash ever since. Like it's like it'll be really interesting to see him go back to, or like at least put that old feel to it. Apparently, Taika Waititi or whatever his name is, the guy who's supposed to be working on the new trilogy that they're putting out, is like going for a feel of the original trilogy. Like he's trying to get, and he did the Thor, whatever, the Love and whatever one. And apparently a lot of people like the way he directs things and does it.
It had a lot of good visuals in Thor, so I can see him doing like a Star Wars thing that's like a lot of CGI and stuff being really good,
Yeah, and I'm speaking specifically on the writing, because like apparently his movie was a lot better than the other Thor movies. Like,
well, he did, man. Love and Thunder honestly isn't even the best Thor movie he did. The Ragnarok. I think.
Yeah, did he do that one?
He did that one too, and I think that one was even better, honestly. Yeah. But the thing is, he does a good job of like blending comedy and action. Which I think is a good trait to have if you're doing.
If you're doing like the Han Solo like feel, but the only thing is you got to know when to stop the comedy and get serious.
You said he did Mandalorian, right? I feel like they have a
Dave Filoni did.
Yeah. I think they have a pretty good blend of, comedy and action in Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a good mix of it. Like, they know when to stop.
To draw the line, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I want to see all the things Dave Filoni worked on. Ahsoka, Star Wars Rebels.
What's like the not Star Wars related shit that he's done? Has he done anything not Star Wars ever?
No. He's like always been Star Wars.
Interesting.
Yeah, like He did let's see, like obviously Rebels. He helped with The Force Awakens, like which was the only of the new movies that I enjoyed.
Which one was that? Is
the very first one, where it was like, oh,
I didn't like that one.
We got hope that something cool could come out of this. I liked it just because they built out the world, and they were like, okay, here's all these characters. We don't know what's going to happen. They're looking for Luke. At the very end, you see Luke standing there with the hood on, and like you're like, oh shit, and then it cuts, and you're like, all right, so everything is all uphill from here, and then it just went all fucking downhill because he was just like, it went to this random director.
See, I think the second one is just a better movie all around. You know what I mean? Like, and
it's fine on its own, but not as a good movie, like in a trilogy.
Yeah, like it's not very good. Like, okay, my problem is the first movie just fucking is too much of a ripoff, dude. Like, it's literally just the fucking same movie just rehashed from fucking like A New Hope. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like, at least the Return of the Jedi or whatever, the second one, or like the eighth one, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
Is fucking, it's like an original feeling story. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be everybody's favorite, you know what I mean? It might not be the most interesting Star Wars movie ever made, but it doesn't feel like a rehash to me, and I like that, you know? I like the ending. I like how...
Oh, I did not like the ending at all.
I thought it was cool, you know what I mean?
You're talking about where fucking Leia's like outside of the ship and then flies back in and then...
No, I'm talking about when Luke like fucking tricks everybody with his like force projection of himself and like fucking... I thought that was cool. I was like, that was tight.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool, but it's like, still, it's like all of this for that. Like, the whole, I think my problem with the movie was like how focused on like making Leia like and the purple hair lady the main characters. Like, it's like no one gives a fuck about these people. They even sent fucking what's his name off on this whole other adventure to like a fucking casino. Like,
well, that's because that's the only way you can legitimately call the 7th and 8th movies like the 7th and 8th movies is to tie in characters from the original movies, because otherwise they don't have fucking shit to do with fucking the old movies. You know what I mean? Like, at least not really, you know what I mean? You got to find a way to, like, oh, Han Solo's my granddad, or it's like, fuck you, you know?
But
like,
it wasn't, yeah, and or he wasn't her granddad or anything.
Not granddad, Kylo Ren. Han Solo was like
yeah,
Kylo Ren's dad or something, and it was dumb.
No, because Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son, so it's his uncle. Like,
yeah, okay. Either way,
but
they're related somehow, and it's like, okay, fucking, who cares? You
yeah,
know
yeah.
I mean?
I don't care about Kylo Ren either. But my thing is like in that movie, it just all went downhill. Like everything. Like my problem is John Boyega was supposed to be a Jedi. That was like it just was supposed to happen.
They should have had the same director do all 3 movies.
Yeah.
It was absolutely foolish of them to have not only, okay, at least write all 3 movies. You don't
together.
You don't have to direct them all, but like just write them all.
Yeah.
Have the same writer write all 3.
I remember when they were doing it and they were like, each director is going to do their own thing. And I'm like, how is it a trilogy? How is it a trilogy if they're all going to just do their own shit?
Did they all sit down and talk about this?
No,
like,
apparently they didn't even like talk to each other. They didn't even read each other's.
They should have all sat in a room together. Imagine like the creative fucking brilliance that could have came if like all of them had collaborated and like just sat down and made a plan from the very beginning. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not. We can't do that. We can't have good things. But like I think something I think even like Christopher Nolan was supposedly like helping or like advising on The Force Awakens. Like that's the thing. It's like I feel like a lot of people didn't like the first one in retrospect, and I think the reason why is because all the potential was crushed. I think like even at the time, if you didn't like it, you still had hope that like all of this stuff, all the stories were going to play out, all of the story arcs like for each character were going to become something. And I feel like what happened is like right when it ended, everything just, they were just like, fuck, we don't know what we're doing here. And
my biggest problem with the entire first movie, like out of everything,
yeah,
is that they rehashed the Death Star plot.
Yeah, of course.
That was so dumb to me. Like, it was so dumb that's like a central point in the movie's story. Like, fuck you guys, dude. We do not need another Death Star. That was such a bad idea. Like, fucking...
Oh, yeah. This is terrible.
We already did that. Like, we already did that. You can't do Death Star 2. Like, fuck that, dude.
No, I agree. But this was a bigger Death Star. No, I'm just kidding. No, but what if there's, like, a bigger Death Star? No.
It's like, how can we even blame the directors that came next? Like, what?
Well, it's not like they saw the first one anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, like, you know, I think the problem is that there was no communication. There was no plan. They were just like, we need money and we want it now. Like, we just bought this thing.
They thought they could Star Trek it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and they did. They made so much money off of these Star Wars movies. And, like, but as soon as it's out, like, honestly, Disney needs to come out and be like, none of this ever happened. Like, all these 3 movies literally
never. It was all just
never.
A fever dream.
It was all just a
Luke
fever.
Was having, like.
Yeah. And the new trilogy, he wakes up and none of it ever happened. And then, like, they just go from there. And then, like, it'll be like a galaxy or in a galaxy, or it just shows him waking up and he's like, fuck.
What a crazy dream.
Yeah. And then it's like, dun, dun, and then, like, the words come down and it shows them in a completely different galaxy. Like, and it, you know, far, far away, and it's none of that's ever touched on again. We don't hear from Luke. We don't hear from anybody. It's just a whole new story. Like,
you know how mad people would be if they just rebooted it again? Like, they're just like, all right, all that shit that was canon again is not canon.
It's legends now.
Yeah. We're going back to the old.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's all they really can do. But anyways, enough about Star Wars. Let's jump on over to this week's hot releases. We got Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered coming to everything on November 30th. Turok 3 is the only Turok I'd never played. Like, I didn't even know there was a third one like on the N64 until like a year ago. But, like,
what's it coming to?
It's coming to everything. They're like
cool.
remastering it. It looks nice, kind of. Like, I haven't read anything about it, so I don't know if there's bad reviews or anything. But from what I saw of the gameplay, it looks good. And then Batman Arkham Trilogy is coming to Switch finally on December 1st. But if you have a Steam Deck, that means nothing to anybody.
And you should get a Steam Deck at this point,
Yeah.
dude. You can get you can get the cheap model. They still have the LCD, like cheapest LCD model on the website for like super cheap right now. I think it's like $300.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, fucking Switch, get you a Steam Deck, dog.
Now when the Switch 2 comes out, I don't know, maybe don't fuck a Switch, but we'll see. But and then we got Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, coming to Switch on December 1st. That's that, like, Pokemon-like Dragon Quest game where you just, you know, catch Pokemon, but they're Dragon Quest monsters instead.
Okay.
So that might be interesting. But that's it. That's all we got for this week's hot releases.
I think we're getting some hot ones next week, probably, huh?
Probably next week.
Yeah. At some point in December, there's going to be a couple cool games, I think.
Yeah, and isn't the game of the what is it? The Game Awards. The Game Awards is next week.
Oh shit. We got to get together for that.
It's on the 7th.
We got to
right?
stream it. Yeah. We'll probably if you guys are listening, we'll be streaming the Game Awards most likely if we're all off and have
let me see what day the 7th actually is. It's actually a Thursday. Is it the 7th?
Yeah, it's December the 7th.
I may have to see if I can get off work.
Me too.
Yeah, because why is
if we
it
can all
Thursday?
get off work, we will be streaming the Game Awards. If not,
we won't.
Then sorry.
We'll be talking about it. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be December 7th. So I'm gonna have to talk to my people up at the job and be like, "Yo, is it possible for me to get this off?"
Yeah, same here.
But anyways, let's round out the show with our Chat GP trivia from Brent.
All right. Just when you thought we were done talking about Star Wars.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Star Wars questions coming at you, okay? These are actually pretty fucking easy. I'm not even going to lie. Some of them are easy. Some of them are not so easy.
I mean, I'm probably going to get all of them. Are you sure you don't want to make them like a little bit harder? Like tell it to make them a little harder?
No, trust me. Some of these are a little hard. Some of these aren't. Some of these are. So, you know.
Let's see.
Get ready.
Drop them.
Okay, I'm not even going to ask you question 7 because that's just a dumb question.
Okay.
Okay, question number 1. What planet is the home of Chewbacca?
Oh, Kashyyyk.
Yeah, good one. All right, question number 2. What is the Sith name of Anakin Skywalker?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
All right.
Darth Plagueis. No, shit.
Oh, yeah, you got it. All right, question number 3. Who trained Jedi Master Yoda?
Count Dooku.
It says here it's Huang the droid.
What? No, it's not. Hold on.
Again, okay, everybody listening, keep in mind this is Chat GPT
Who
making
was
these questions and
Yoda's
answers. So
master?
this is one of the, things about Chat GPT trivia. You never know. You never know if we're given real information here.
Oh, no, I'm so stupid because it was actually other way around. Count Dooku was Yoda's Padawan. That's why. Okay, my bad, guys.
Was it right? Was ChatGPT correct?
It says a member of the Jedi Order took on Yoda as a Padawan when Yoda was young, more than 800 years before the reign of the Galactic Empire. At some point, Yoda's teacher told their apprentice an insightful story about two Jedi named Kung Fu and Chu Wang, and taught him how to live in peace. While Yoda eventually became arguably the greatest Jedi Grandmaster in history, the information on his master's identity was lost. So it doesn't say.
Well, ChatGPT seems to think that some droid named Huang trained him, so.
It looks like a guy named, it says, no, Chuang is the story, like the character from the
Huang.
It says Jedi Master Nakata Del Gormo training his apprentice Yoda. It looks like a weird lizard guy.
And that's, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Like I said, some of this, you never know with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right. Question number 4.
Yeah.
What type of droids are C-3PO and R2-D2?
Utility droids, right? Or no, hold on.
They're specific types of droids, yeah.
Specific type.
They're both different, They both have different functions.
One of them's a utility droid, right? No.
Well, I mean, probably in a broader sense, but there's like a specific name for. You're thinking of R2-D2, I think.
Yeah.
And he's technically, according to this, he's an astromech droid.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's makes sense.
Which I'm assuming is probably just a different form, like variation of utility droid,
Yeah, I honestly have no idea, like the names of like the specific droids.
What's C-3PO though?
He's a homemade robot. No, I don't know. Is he like a personal?
Ooh, you were close.
A person?
He's a protocol droid.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that. Yeah, I should know these things, but like it's been so long since I played anything Star Wars or got read some Star Wars stuff.
It's okay. All right, question number 5. Who said, quote, "I find your lack of faith disturbing"? I shouldn't have done it with the voice.
I don't know if that voice. That's got to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Darth Vader.
Took me a second there.
All right, we're not going to ask 6 because it's a dumb question. 7's also a dumb question. 8's too easy.
What's the 7 or what's the 6 and 7? What's so dumb about them?
You want the dumb ones real quick?
Sure.
What's the name of Han Solo's ship?
Oh, the Sorrento Falcon. No, I'm just kidding.
You got it. Okay, no, this one's really dumb. Question number 7. What species is Yoda? And this is, keep in mind, ChatGPT's information only goes up to 2021. So if at some point during The Mandalorian they actually did reveal the species of Yoda, fucking ChatGPT would be completely unaware of it.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It says Yoda is a member of the species known as the Yoda's species.
Wow, thank you.
That's why that one was going to get axed.
Yeah, he's a Grogu, dude.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck.
Question 8 is also too stupid to read. Question 9. Let's see. Okay. What are the small scavenger creatures in The Force Awakens?
Wait, in The Force Awakens?
Yeah, the little cute guys with the big old eyes.
I don't remember those guys. This is from the new trilogy stuff, so I don't know. Like, are you talking about from like the old ones too? Like the ones with little hoods on and like?
No.
Okay.
No, those are Ewoks.
No, not the Ewoks. The
the Jawas.
Jawas,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah.
That's what I was thinking you were talking about. I
No.
have no idea what you're even talking about with these.
Apparently, these are called porgs.
Oh,
The little
cute
guys,
things.
yeah.
I would have got that if I would have known what you were talking about. I was thinking of Jawas. Like, I honestly had no idea what you were fucking talking about.
Okay, last one's really easy. What do Jedis use to power their lightsabers?
Oh, kyber crystals.
You got it!
Yeah.
All right, you got most of them. Good job.
Sweet. Star Wars.
Wars.
But remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us by our names on Facebook. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.